In today's video, you're going to get to see a gorgeous 1933 hot rod. Hello everybody and welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. I am thrilled you're joining me today. Today I have the pleasure of introducing you to a gentleman. His name is Dave. Dave owns a very special car. It is a 1933 hot rod. It's actually a replica car. It was built as a show car. It is based on a 1933 Ford, but it's been chopped, channeled, you name it, it's been done to it. It has a Chevy Small Block engine as well. It's got a V8 automatic transmission, absolutely stunning pinstriping on black paint. It is absolutely beautiful. And interesting enough, it's got all the bells and whistles that you can imagine for a modern day car, including a reverse camera. So without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's check out this beautiful 1933 hot rod. Beautiful. Dave, rev the engine, sir. Ooh, that sounds incredible, and honk the horn. Beautiful. Turn her off. Good God, sir. She's gorgeous. Tell me what you've got.
Well, this is a replica car. It's a 33, based on a 33 Ford, and the model is it's a chopped and channeled vehicle, but it's a completely new vehicle in the sense that it's got a Mustang II front end suspension. It's got rack and pinion steering. It's got a large V8 Chevy Small Block engine and a automatic transmission, 8-inch Ford rear end, coilover shocks all the way around. So when you drive it, it's like driving a modern car. It's not at all inconvenient to drive it. It's a dream to drive unless you hit big potholes, because
So
it
it's
sits
very comfortable, I would
very
imagine.
comfortable.
Yes,
Yeah, and it sits
yes.
so low. You've got to be careful about potholes.
You do.
It's got a backup camera.
Where?
Right there at the top of the frame of this
Oh,
the
yes,
license
you
plate.
do. Priceless.
That's hooked up to my iPhone.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and the taillights are from a 39 Ford. This is a pretty common setup for hot rods of the day.
I love how it's so flush.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, and the pinstriping was done by a gentleman in Grimsby, Ontario.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
Dan?
that's his name. I've got his card if you want it, but
Wonderful.
he did a beautiful job.
Is this done by hand, Dave?
Yeah, all by hand, yeah.
No.
And he's done it inside and out.
Oh, magnificent. That's a true craftsman right there.
Yeah, it was built as a show car. I've never shown it, and for me it's just a driver. So
Wonderful. So you didn't actually build the car?
No, I
This
didn't.
came
No,
like
this car was
you
built.
fell in love with her,
Yeah,
obviously.
oh yeah. This car was built by a company in the U.S. Most of it is fiberglass, but the hood and the sides of the hood and the doors are steel, just to give it some rigidity.
Now, what year did you say the car was?
1933.
1933
Yeah.
Ford, and it didn't have a specific type, did it? Just the 33
Well,
Ford?
no, it's actually a 3-window coupe. So they
Oh, is that
made
what
a
it's
3-window and a 5-window coupe, but it's radically different. The fenders would be identical. The headlights are off a motorcycle, so that's different.
You gotta like that. Yes.
Yeah. And of course, the running gear. It's got a custom frame, so there's nothing original about it in the sense that it's from a 33, but it's all based on 33, the style.
Fantastic. Yeah, I have a question though. The slope at the front end, with the original 33s,
Yep.
would have the same slope.
That's exactly it.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact,
My
that's
God.
one of the defining features of a 33, was the fact that it kind of came out at the bottom like that.
Yes. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
There's a touch of elegance to that,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So how long have you had the car?
I've had it 5 years.
Wow. And what made you buy the car?
I don't know. I had
Why not? But
I had a classic boat that I rebuilt, a wooden classic boat, and
Okay.
I thought I'd had the run of it, and so I happened to see this driving to a golf game one day, and pulled in, and there you go.
and the rest is history,
Yeah.
as they say.
Shortly after buying it, the gentleman that sold it to me,
And
died.
she was more or less in this condition, and all you've done is try and keep her running?
I've just kept it clean and running, and not show car
Yeah.
class, but clean enough. I use it for mostly driving to golf courses
Good for you.
to play golf.
So I'm assuming your golf clubs fit in there without an
They fit-
issue?
They fit perfectly in the passenger seat.
There
yeah.
you go. What more do you want then?
That's right. Yeah.
You know, maybe if you could throw a case of beer in there, you're happy. You got
maybe.
everything you
That's
need.
it, yeah.
Yes. Fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So where are the turn signals here in the front?
they're right here,
Oh, right.
right here,
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
and they're not that noticeable. Actually, this winter I may have those replaced with larger signals. I notice people have difficulty
Seeing, yeah.
seeing me, and the other problem I have is, for some reason, people tend to tailgate me. I guess it's just because of the uniqueness of the car, and they're
Yes.
trying to get a better look at it and what have you. But so I had some massive LED brake lights installed last winter. So that seems to, at least they know when I'm stopping, because
True.
those small tail lights don't show it that well,
Yes, no, you're
even though
right.
they're LED as well.
And the brake lights you had it's not mounted on the outside. It's got to be inside.
They're inside, yeah,
Yes, okay.
on the back window.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. And then I installed LED headlights as well.
There.
The bulbs I replaced with LED.
Yes.
So I haven't done a lot of extra work on it.
That's just beautiful, though. There's something so elegant about the design and the
It's a
lines
very,
of
very
this car.
classic. It's one of the most popular. This is the 33, and probably the most often used. The car used for hot rod purposes was a 32,
Okay.
and the 32 was a little. It's hard to say. It had a little different grille, and the fenders were basically the same, but just didn't. It's got its own unique look.
I do like that little bit at the bottom where it just kind of
Yeah.
comes out a tad. It's just
Yeah.
fantastic.
And you can see, I don't know if you can see through there, but there are two radiators there.
Yeah,
And the
okay.
one below is for the air conditioning.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have power windows,
So you got
AC,
Bluetooth, you got everything.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cruise control.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't really have a need for cruise
True
control.
enough. Not from here to the golf course.
No,
For sure.
and I don't even listen to the radio. I need
Even
the
better.
radio for the Bluetooth and the hands-free
Well,
telephone.
when you got an engine that sounds this
Oh,
good,
yes,
you don't need it, right?
totally.
That is music.
Totally, yeah.
Can we take a look at the engine?
Yeah, sure. And suicide doors as well was
Oh,
another.
That's the most magical thing. Especially as you get older, though. Isn't it true, Dave? It's so much easier to get in and out when you have the
That's
suicide
right.
doors. Although technically, I think that, wow, look at this.
Oh, this is a jewel as well.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a 355 Chev Small Block with a four barrel Holly carb,
My Lord.
electronic ignition.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but it gets warm in there, as you can see.
Yes,
there are
it
no
does.
louvers,
It's a tad,
no vents.
It's a tad warm. For
So
sure.
I've got to be careful when I turn the air conditioning on. I got to make sure I'm driving,
Yeah.
getting airflow through the front.
Right. Yes, I guess you could put vents in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, or take
something
these
just
off
to-
completely. These could come off, but
Oh, right.
you know, then I have to repaint it. So
Yeah, it's so good. This was hand done too?
pretty much, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes, you can just make out.
yeah,
Incredible.
yeah.
Wow, that's just beautiful.
But like I say, it's basically a modern car. It drives like a modern car. It's handles. It doesn't have power steering. It doesn't really need it because there's not a lot of weight to the car. And you can appreciate that you've got basically around 350 horsepower.
Yeah. It's a rocket.
It just takes off like you wouldn't believe. So.
Oh, she's beautiful. How much space is there in the trunk then? It's not a seat or anything, is it?
No, actually, the trunk is an interesting story. This car came in 2 models.
Well, you got an electronic release for that?
Yeah.
Why not?
Right.
Oh, wow, it's bigger than I thought.
Yeah. But
You're
one version of this car actually had this as a rumble seat.
Right, okay.
So this came out,
the other
right?
way.
And you had a foot pad here and here to get into it. But
and that was the 32, 33 era?
I think 32 and 33 both had rumble seats.
Fantastic.
And dangerous as all get out, right? I mean, you wouldn't dare drive in a rumble
not
seat.
These days.
Not these days.
No,
so
no.
not even with a seatbelt,
No,
I'm
for
sure.
For sure. But that's fantastic. The finish on this too, like it's beautifully done.
Yeah, well done, yeah.
Magnificent.
The car itself is 30 years old. The car was built in 1990.
Wow. And always, well, it was from the U.S. It was built in the U.S.
Came straight from the U.S. to a buyer in Markham.
My gosh.
And actually, the guy bought it at he traded in a Ferrari for it, believe it or not.
Wow. What a beautiful machine. It's funny how you and I met, though, right?
Yeah,
what was
right.
It? Outside of Starsky's grocery store.
My favorite.
And and I see, what the heck is this? No, that's amazing. May I take a look inside?
Yeah, inside is interesting. It's a complete.
Look at these seats, even. Sorry.
The dash is
just
completely
amazing.
digital. You might see it better from the other side.
May I step inside? Hang on. We have a little.
So it's built
it's
back.
comfortable as hell.
Oh yeah, those are Mitsubishi seats. 4 speakers, but the dash itself is from digital Dakota Digital.
Okay.
And they're a well-known instrument maker, and typically what they do is they make replica gauges and what have you for cars, but in this case it's purely electronic.
I do love the metal finish around the edge too.
Yeah, a lot of aluminum finishing on the car.
I like too, Dave, how they've hidden the motor there for the
motor
wiper,
for the wiper, yeah.
Very nice. Beautifully done.
Well done,
like
yeah.
Even the top part here, even you got the texture thing going. Like
and the piping.
The liners. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I noticed that to get in and out, it's just the one lever. So you just pop your hand in.
Well, no, it's actually electric. So, so the other one, you'll see. I'll show you the other one. There are three
digital.
There's 3 ways to open the doors. So you can put your hand in and pull the lever.
Yep.
You can use it with the fob, key fob, and there's a secret way of opening it as well.
Okay, good for you.
That I can't show you.
Of course.
But there is a way that you can open all the windows by using a magnet on a certain part of the car.
Wow.
Just in case you lock your keys in the car, which I've done.
But it's like Indiana Jones, isn't it? You have to have some mystery somewhere, otherwise it's not the same.
Yeah.
But look at this machine. She's just beautiful. It just jumps at you.
Oh, it does, yeah.
It's one of those hot rods that are designed in such a cool fashion. She looks as though she's moving when she's standing still.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
Beautifully done.
And the story of hot rods is a fascinating story as well.
What's that?
Well, you have to be my age to appreciate it.
What do you mean your age? You're not that old.
When I was a kid,
when I was a lad, yes.
When I was a preteen living in Brantford, Ontario, my dream was to have this car. Actually 32, but this works.
Right. As a hot rod or just
as a hot rod?
Wow,
yeah. And the hot rod industry really took off after the war.
Yes.
Basically started in Southern California. And in fact, one of the insignias on the door on the other side is a company called SoCal that built, I believe they did the interior.
Okay.
And so the boys, the U.S. boys came back from war, and there was a lot of U.S. government aid available to buy houses and what have you, and a lot of them got into racing.
Okay.
And the hot rod, the popular ones were the 32 and 33 Fords.
Yes.
Because they had the most amount of steel. A lot of these cars had a lot of wood in them.
Back in the 30s, yes, of course. Yeah,
and one of the reasons was because the steel wasn't available because of the war.
Yeah.
But anyway, what they did was they just kept fine-tuning these vehicles. They'd take them out in salt flats, the Bonneville salt flats, and raced them, and they've realized that if they dropped it down, it would create less wind resistance.
Drag, yes.
And then one thing led to another, so they chopped it. This one's been chopped probably 4 inches.
Okay.
And they took the door handles off. As you see, there's no door handle.
Yeah. You got to be aerodynamic, right?
Aerodynamic, and did all sorts of things. They channeled it, dropped it down, and that was basically how the hot rod industry started. And then it turned, this one, like hot rods were mostly used just for racing, but I guess if this would be known as a street rod, the classical definition of it, because it's street legal, but got all the attributes of a hot rod.
Got it. Now the original 33 Fords,
Yeah.
did they have the same fender skirt, like the same width and everything else? So they didn't modify these things, right?
In fact, I have a set of these that are pure glass. They're used for
incredible.
if you had
Just
it
for
at a
show,
show.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I have a friend that has a 33 that's pure stock. And
The original?
Yeah, the original. Yeah.
No modifications?
None. Well,
Wow.
he put hydraulic brakes in it.
Okay.
Whereas
You got to be able to stop.
in those days they had mechanical brakes, so
Yes.
everyone's gone to hydraulics.
Man, she's
Yeah, it's quite a
gorgeous.
contrast looking at the two.
And was that in black as well?
Black and red. I've got a picture of it if you're interested.
Actually, I'd love to meet him and do a video of the...
Well, he's got a lot of cars.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Then we'll definitely have to talk.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. What a gorgeous, gorgeous machine. Can we take it for a little drive?
You bet.
All right. So I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Oh, I like the little cutouts there for the hands.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. So we have oil pressure.
Oil pressure, water.
This is the temperature. Yeah. Kilometers, mileage. Actually, there's 3 different settings here as well. RPM, the battery voltage, and the fuel level, which is
Incredible. I love it. And it's all that green and black combo going as well.
Right. Yeah.
That theme carries on. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to head out. I think you're going to go out that and exit to the right. And then
This steering column, by the way, has tilt steering. This is straight.
oh, the creature comforts.
Yeah.
Look at you. And you know what's interesting though? The visibility is incredible.
Oh, it is. It is incredible. Yeah.
Like you're so much sitting
Oh,
lower.
the headroom and
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that is a very good point. Tons of headroom. And how tall are you?
6 foot.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm
we'll
glad you
turn
brought
right
that
here.
up because if we were in an original 33, we'd have our feet up like this. Our knees would be way up because
Yes.
when they designed this straight through,
Straight through.
when they designed this, they put the firewall about 8 inches further
To get more
to give you this
Actually,
leg
you know
room.
what? Can we turn right here?
Yeah, we would have traffic up ahead there.
Let's do that. And you got no side mirror on this side.
No.
So the original only had the
Look at the size
driver's
of this
side?
one.
Yeah.
No,
It's
no.
tiny. Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. It's a good question. I think
Oh yeah. This is how you drive it.
who needs a radio?
The traffic lights up there will turn left.
Okay.
Yes, you don't need a radio.
No.
And a little bit of a firm right too, just to shake things up a bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Left here?
Not these lights.
Oh, the next one?
ones,
Okay.
yes.
But the suspension is stiff, but it's basically a Mustang too,
Right.
and
And very comfortable.
very I
Like
get
you-
a little hip pain when I
Yes.
drive it at long distance. Basically, we're kind of sitting on the floor, right? So,
Almost, yeah.
and we don't have it, so that's where the tilt steering comes in handy, so
For
I
sure.
can get my knees up and relax a little more.
But I'm impressed as to how well engineered it is
Oh, this
in terms of just your visibility, number one, so
Yeah.
you can actually see without any effort,
yeah.
and you can see everything. Even the traffic lights are
Oh, yeah.
visible because you're sitting lower.
Yeah, even when I'm up at the
Closer,
cross,
yeah.
I can still see the lights, no problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
slick. Oh, she's lovely. Certainly a head turner. right? Like who wouldn't?
You know who likes it?
Yeah, like
Women.
everybody. Oh, like,
Women love it.
really?
Yeah,
So it's a babe magnet, is it, Dave?
It is.
And that's the reason you bought it, between
Yeah.
you and I. Okay, and whoever's watching. Wow, that's beautiful. And we'll turn left.
Oh, yeah. No, there's something about the shape. Women just stop dead
Yes.
in their tracks and look at it.
It is
It's just-
very, very
It's
attractive.
not me, it's the car.
Let's just pretend it's you for
Yeah,
a minute.
right. I wish.
Yeah, but no, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
The
See the
No
girls?
power
See the
with-
girls? They like it.
oh,
See?
there you go. There it is. I think she's waving at me though. Just so you know, right? The car just got
The
in
better
way.
looking one.
No power mirrors or windows
No.
rather.
Yes, yeah, right here.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Yeah. So the motor on this was rebuilt, so I can't read
So
that right now.
67,000.
67,000 kilometers. That's when the
That's
motor
it.
was rebuilt,
Wow.
and they put a hotter cam in it. So give it a little more horsepower,
Yes.
and probably runs around 350 horsepower.
And you know what's interesting? There's hardly any hump down the middle either. Everything
Yeah.
is so flush.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow. So you've always been a car guy, Dave?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
What was the very first car you bought?
53 Ford.
Okay, without a moment even to think about it,
Oh, I know.
53 Ford. Okay, what color was she?
It was. That's a good question.
Oh, he's thinking about that one. All right.
What color was it? I can't. No, it was silver, I guess. Yeah,
Silver,
silver.
okay.
3-speed on the column.
Right, and that was in Brantford, Ontario.
No, that was at that time. That was out in Vancouver. I lived in
Oh,
Vancouver.
okay.
Yeah.
So
my
you-
brother and I, we moved to Vancouver when I was a teenager.
Oh right. We'll turn left at these lights.
He had a 39 Ford. His first car was a 39 Ford that he made into a hot rod.
Wow.
And he passed away just a few years ago, but he's had hundreds of cars.
So do you think that bug's sort of between the two of you?
Yeah,
sort of just spread
well,
a bit?
he was a mechanic, so he understood the mechanical
Yes.
side and everything. He built the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't, no way would I do that. I know some parts of it, and I can do certain basic maintenance,
Yeah.
but he was just, so he was what I really looked up to him,
Yes.
and that's
and
why
you learn too by watching somebody
Yeah.
as well, right?
But-
Further on. We're south of the lights now. Remember we had to
Yeah.
we had to move because well, there was a lot of church people.
That's right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
That's great. Wow. So tell me about the cars that you've had over the years then.
Well, basically your basic cars. I mean, I was a.
No, next one.
This is it.
No, pass the
Well,
lights.
we'll go to the next one. You're right.
Yes.
Sorry, my mistake.
No, no worries.
No, I was a professional and owned my own business, so I didn't really have anything outlandish at all. But
Right.
I had 3 911s and 3 different Mercedes, and
Right.
2 S-Class. The last couple of cars, the one that I really enjoyed was the Infiniti QX.
Really?
I had an
Comparable to your Mercedes? Quality wise?
Hard to say. The QX70 is based on the GTR platform.
Okay.
Do you
So
know the
it's a bit-
GTR?
Yeah, it's a bit of a rocket.
Unbelievable car.
Yeah.
So I kind of like a car that has performance,
Yeah.
well
A
built.
little bit of oomph to it,
Yeah,
as one would
and
say.
especially the Korean, or not so much. The Koreans are coming on strong now, but the
Yeah.
Germans and what have you. So,
No, definitely. And that's nice.
but you see, everything's chrome underneath.
I love it. It's bling.
Yeah.
And as you know, I do like a little bit of chrome on my car there. There's never enough. Because, truthfully, we miss that these days. Which car comes with chrome? Right? And this, what
How
makes
do you
mine...
get away with that license plate?
Well,
You haven't been stopped.
no, I haven't come. Not for that reason, but I got to show you something. So my cousin...
I got nailed with the 911.
Did you?
I took it off. And
Oh,
they
you know
nailed
what?
me.
I leave it on, and if I'm asked, it's for show. But I put this here. So my cousin is from, he's a police officer in
Yeah,
England,
yeah.
in Leicester. So this was actually on his helmet. So he gave it to me. So I put that on there, and if I'm ever stopped by a police officer, I'll show them. So look, I'm sort of, I do have it. It's just in the trunk. So Dave, what do I say? Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming out, meeting me today, and showing me your gorgeous car. Thank God we ended up in the same plaza.
Yeah.
Because actually we were at the bird, there's a bird shop there that sells bird supplies.
right,
And we
yes.
were actually there with the family on Father's Day. That's when it was. And I'm so glad this worked out.
Well, it's not hard to find the car because in a large parking lot, I go to the spot furthest away,
You
right?
and me both, yes.
Never fails. Someone parks beside me, but
You got it. You got it. Yes. But again, thank you again.
my pleasure.
All
It
right.
was